Hello you guys, welcome to my channel. I am dipping away before I go to work for a few minutes. I wanted to record something. It is a topic that has been on my mind for a long time, and it's about the law of attraction. It's always on my mind. But because the reason I got into wanting to make the YouTube videos is because I want to continue in that vibe of wanting to learn and grow and seek new understanding and seek truth, which is, if you are here, that's part of the reason why you're here as well. And so with the law of attraction, many people are confounded. They are confused as to why the law of attraction has not worked for them. They seem to think that they may have attracted something that should have been for them, and yet apparently it was not for them. The relationship dissipated, or it went on its way, or it's just kind of not working out, or didn't work out. And so I want to explain some of these things, some of these reasons why. So I am in, like, not really the woods. I'm sitting in a little park. There's no place that I'd rather be sometimes than in the woods, and then I'll be on my way to work. So I'm just gonna do a short video. I'm gonna aim for like 10 minutes. So this is not gonna be a comprehensive video on what the law of attraction is. It actually, I will make a longer video on that, and I will stick to the topic and you will love it. This is gonna be about why the law of attraction did not work for me. And very simply put, I'm gonna just get to the chase. Very simply put, it is not that they were not for you. That it ends up being true. They inadvertently ended up not being for you, but this is the reason why. In the law of attraction, the main law behind it is you don't get what you want, you get what you are. So you seem to think that they were for you and you were for them, that you guys are on the same frequency or the same vibration, and you're actually not. At least not in that time period. If it's happening to you right now and you're trying to make something work, then you seem to think like, no, they're for me. I know it. They're not for you right now in this instant. And let me explain it. The whole law about you get what you, and I'm putzing around with pieces of wood here, like breaking it, that's why I'm looking down. The whole point behind the whole premise and the whole meaning behind you get what you are, not what you want. I'm going to give you an example. We attract according to like vibrations, and we also attract in like. There is a saying called opposites attract. That is actually not true. You attract in like. Do your research. Neuroscientists, psychologists, they affirm that you attract in like. For example, artists attract other artists. Musicians is this is a perfect example. Musicians usually like other musicians. They usually gravitate to other musicians, or someone extremely artsy. There's some art form behind their meat, and that is when they found them after they were already developed. Now this is very, very important. They found their meat as an adult, or as someone who's already in their vibe, already coming into their own. The difference between, with the law of attraction, finding your mate or your special person, and you being with a mate for 50 years is that when you meet your mate young, as let's say you're a high school sweetheart, you grow together. So there's no real, you trust each other, you understand each other. So there's no inhibitions as to you being able to be who you want to be. You can usually be who you want to be. And that's when you see those type of relationships that last many, many years, 40, 50, 60 years, they're married or whatever. They get to grow on their own. Like the mom crochets and she sings, and the father, he can do whatever, fix cars, he can do whatever they want. They don't have to do the same thing. But when they come together, they have something in like. They have a bond that supersedes other things because they grew together. So their love is in like in many, many ways. But when you become an adult and you are seeking someone for you, Okay, that immediate magnetic attraction, when it's in a healthy way, you are attracting in like. So the simple reason you're not attracting someone that you thought, or the simple reason why the law of attraction is not working for you, like I can say, why is the law of attraction not working for me? It's because you or they are underdeveloped in a certain aspect in which you guys would attract like magnets. I'm going to say that again. It's because one of you, if not both of you, one of you is more underdeveloped than the other. You're not exactly on the same vibration. So I'm going to give you an example. I'm a little, if you've seen some of my other videos, I'm a little kooky. I'm a little nutsy. Guess the type of guys I attract. Yes, kooky, nutsy, wild guys. I love music. I do attract musicians. I do. Actually, a lot. The extroverted, wild, nutsy boys, I attract them. But this is the thing. Real musicians, it doesn't always stick because I'm not 100% developed in that vibe. Like I dance, but I practice singing. I don't really play an instrument right now. I practice. I'm not 100%, but there is a vibe there that is very much in like. And so musicians tend to like me. It's just so funny. Actually, there was one kid, I was at a place and I was like dancing and it was just so funny. And the kid just couldn't leave me alone. And he said that he actually wrote music. He produced music. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they do stick or whatever. I don't know. But yeah, you attract and like. One of my issues in attracting and like, I'm also an outdoorsy girl, but I like the wild, crazy type. I like the exploring, bushwhacking type. And I don't tend to find a lot of those. Like I can map, I can navigate, but I get a lot of people who want to go on the trail and then they don't totally want to bushwhack, or they don't know where they're going, or they don't trust me. And it's just like, I'm like, there's nobody like me. Clearly I'm a leader. Clearly I'm a hiking leader. Clearly I know where I'm going, what I'm doing. We have a lot of fun when the day's over, but I never quite find anyone like me. They're not quite as nutsy as me. Like an example, one of the hikes that I want to do, that I'm thinking of doing, I want to kayak on this lake, but I have already mapped that there's another lake in close proximity to this lake, and none of them are by a road. The first lake is by a small road because it's part of the park. You take your car in there, you park, and then you can fish in the lake or you could kayak. I want to go to the end of the lake. It's actually very, very large. I want to park the kayak somewhere on the end of that lake. And now at that point, we're going to be in no man's land, which means for them to do this with me, they're going to have to trust me. I want to get out the kayak and then I want to bushwhack, if needed, to the other lake, which there is no road by the other lake. The other lake is just like in the middle of the map. Clearly I know it's there. It could be a swamp for all I know. I don't think it's a swamp though, because I'm really good at mapping and stuff. But for me to find someone who's going to do that with me and who is like me, it's like a needle in a haystack. Like seriously. But when I do find someone like that, it's like a magnetism. It's like shoo, inseparable. So there's a couple that I know that I met hiking. She met him hiking. She says that she was on one end of the trail bushwhacking, and he was with another group on the other end of the trail bushwhacking, and they ran smack face into each other. And she says that's how she met him. It was on a hiking trail. And I always love that story because she loves to explore and he loved to explore, but there was something that he loved to do that I like to do. He used to like to still does, get the research of the land. He liked to look at maps. I've also spent time in the library trying to figure out who owns the land, who did it belong to before, whose name it was, things like that. But they're kind of in my tribe, kind of. And they've attended some of my hiking events. So you see, like attracts like. So that's my point. So the reason the law of attraction hasn't worked for you is because I'm thinking of myself. If you're a little unique, if you kind of already know who you are, and you like who you are, and you have come to learn who you are, and you don't want to change who you are. It's like, You're not going to compromise. You might have a harder time, and that's okay. That's okay. Because when the law of attraction does work for you, it's going to be like a magnet. It's going to be worth it. If you're an adult. And if you waited this long and things haven't worked out in the past, the best advice I can give you in closing in this video is you have to develop your authentic self. You have not developed your authentic self. See, this is, I moved to want to tell another story. Darn it. Shoot. And I want to make the video. Okay, I'm going to tell you a story real quick. There's a girl that I met at a music event. I met her at this music event. And there was a musician, fabulous musician that we loved. He had a great vibe. We were loving it. But she had a look. She used to look at him with this desire in her eyes and drink her drink and just look at him and just look at him like. And another one of my friends was like, I was like, she likes him. And they were like, you could tell she likes him. I was like, how do you know? They were like, you can tell. And I was like, oh, cool. Clearly, I thought I could tell, but I wasn't sure. She said to me, although she was in another business at the time, she said that she danced previously for 11 years. She danced for 11 years. And I was like, what? She was like, yeah, I used to be a dancer for 11 years. And I was like, oh. And I was like, you could go back to that. She was like, no, it's all about my business right now. So tell me, why is this a conundrum for her? She is wanting this guy that's not giving her the time of day. Clearly, there is like there, because that desire she has for him is much. She's going to all his shows. She's desiring him, like looking like with the look in her eye, like, and she's in the back in the dark, and maybe he could see her eyes from the stage. I'm not quite sure. But there is something in like there. She used to be a dancer. They're part of the artsy tribe. But he's not seeing her like that. He's not seeing her as her developed self. She's this businesswoman right now. And so she wasn't in that vibe that she wants to be in. She wasn't willing. I think she also had a boyfriend, not a serious boyfriend, but she had a boyfriend serious enough where she wanted to keep the title and keep him, not let him go. So if she was in her vibe where she was like, dude, I really, really like you. And yes, I got that music vibe. I'm a dancer. I used to dance for 11 years, and that's the vibe I want to be in. Would they have connected? She wasn't an ugly girl. It's very possible. So could she have gotten what she wanted? She could have, but you don't get what you want. You get what you are. So I had to tell that story, and I'm going to leave the video now. I'm going to stop the video. What am I forgetting? Oh, it's so beautiful out here. Even though it rained, it drizzled today, and it rained really hard. It's just beautiful. I'm tearing little leaves. So my advice to you is develop yourself. If you're a reader, keep reading. If you're a writer, keep trying to write, keep learning. I myself am continuously trying to write and learn how to write. I'm going to need an editor for something that I'm working on. I dance. I need to practice some more. Can't sing no more because pneumonia took my voice. That if you saw my other video, then you know about that. This is not my real voice. Pneumonia took my voice, that weird strand that's similar to COVID, and here we are at 13 minutes. Don't be sad if the law of attraction you think has not worked for you. It's working for you. You have to trust the process. Like they say, trust the process, trust the universe. Let the universe do its work. Anyway, I gotta go now. I'm sure I'm forgetting 50 billion things, but that was the number one answer. It is because you have to develop who you are. Continue to develop who you are. Continue to have your alone time. Don't be afraid of your alone time. Don't be afraid to let things go. Let them go. Let them go. See, I'm not even connecting. Let them go. Let them go on their own journey. You got your own journey. I got my own journey to go on. Just like, boy, just go on your own journey. Just go. Go. Good time for this. All right, I'm out of here. Gonna get to work. Have a great day, guys. Welcome to the Crazy Tribe. Bye.